John organized tonight, and with Judy Bosworth's leadership, we've begun in our groups, in our discussions, to turn the national agenda around. And don't discount that. I had a chance to listen to the conversations in the different groups. And I have to tell you, it so rises above the kind of partisan nonsense. It was so thoughtful, so analytical, and it really is a call to action for Democrats to rise to the occasion of the conversation in this audience. I mean, now we've seen in our own town, Judy's leadership, the leadership of the town board, if they're still here, I can't say their names enough, Lee Seaman, Peter Zuckerman, Charlie Berman, Anna Kaplan, who did I miss? Wayne Wink, our town clerk, Ellen Birnbaum. We have elected officials who really have, in fact, demonstrated the kind of leadership. So David's pointing. Who am I missing, David?
Charlie Berman.
I said Charlie Berman. I said it. Give me a little credit. But it's the kind of dialogue and discourse we have, the kind of leadership in our town, that really shows great hope for what the Democratic Party should be. Like a lot of you here, I began my political activism protesting outside of Democratic headquarters. And very frankly, I'm still protesting at the Democratic National Committee to end the superdelegate process. Yeah! To get corporate money out of the Democratic Party. Yeah! And frankly, it's important when John was talking about the obstacles we face, a Republican president, a Republican House, a Republican Senate. Let's remember, we represent 54% of the American people. We are the majority. I'll take it. More, I'll buy it. But that's important because, you know, the Republicans, and too many Democrats, quite frankly, will try to argue that we have to be more bipartisan. We have to find common ground with the right wing and the extremists in Congress. Let's be very clear about it. It's not about whether we're more bipartisan. It's not whether we reach out. It's whether the right wing is going to put the country and patriotism above their party. That's their challenge. And we can be on the defensive. It's not about whether we find common ground. Our challenge is to hold our ground. Because the rights that we cherish, that we fought for, not just as Democrats, but as citizens, whether it means protecting our environment, protecting social justice, defending Planned Parenthood, advocating for the minimum wage, those are the rights that define our country, define our future, and frankly define the Democratic Party. And never lose sight of that. You know, I've had the privilege of being on the air on the different networks, and one of the reasons I go on Fox is because we've got to speak some truth to power. And very frankly, one of the Democratic Party's problems nationally was we stopped talking to people who had a different perspective than us. Besides, I get to brag about being the only man who put Kellyanne Conway into labor. That's actually true. We were debating on Fox in 2004, and wait a second, you're ahead of me here. And right at the end of the section, she looked at me. We had a very aggressive debate. And she said to me, okay, I'm out of here. She stalks out with her husband, and they go stalking out the studio. So I run into her about 2 months later. I said, what the heck was that all about? She said, I got so aggravated with you, I broke my water on the set and went into labor. She will tell you that's a true story. That and Donald Trump calling me disgusting are my two greatest achievements. Even more important than that, even more exciting than all that sort of fun, is what we're doing here in North Hempstead. What we're accomplishing here is truly what's going to demonstrate the mission that we have as Democrats. It's going to demonstrate our strength as progressives, our strength in terms of truly showing that Democrats represent a government that can win by standing up for the environment, standing up for transgender and LGBT rights, standing up for transparency and openness. That's what our government represents, and that's why Judy Bosworth and the town board are such an important message to Democrats around the country. And that's why John Ryan's leadership is so critical to take a lesson from for Democrats. I'm so proud to be able to speak with all of you because, yes, we have great challenges ahead of us. but we also have great victories ahead of us. And those victories are going to be determined by how strongly we stand together, how strongly we stay united, the message we carry together, and standing up for the principles that in fact should make us all proud as citizens, the principles that define our country. And we're not going to cave into the right wing. We're not going to be on the defensive when they try to accuse us of not being bipartisan. We're going to hold our ground. We're going to seize even more opportunities to show that in fact the common good is really found by a singular purpose. And that is found by remembering why we're here, the principles that define our democracy, the principles that define freedom. And that's really, in fact, the principles that define the mission of the Democrats in North Hempstead. Thank you so much.